Robbie here. Listen, lots of people have been asking me, Robbie, how have you managed to lose so much weight? And I feel so much better for it. And it has been a journey. But these two little things here, Optimum Day and Optimum Night, have really helped me on my weight loss journey. This Optimum Day, what it does, it helps you to curb your cravings. It really helps with your metabolism and just stabilizes things. And I swear by this, I absolutely swear by this. And then the Optimum Night, what this one does, I take these before I go to bed at night, helps you to have a much better, deeper sleep, makes you relax, makes you sleep, and makes your body recover. And these pills, I mean, listen, they're not magic pills, but they're all natural, and they have really helped me in my weight loss journey, and I really swear by them. So if you want to get your hands on these, scan the QR code in the description right now, or click the link down below, and you can get 70% off your first order with the Optimum Day and Optimum Night by Oxford Natural. Hi, welcome along to AFTV. Big game today. Want to big up the guys from Oxford Natural with their supplements. If you want more information on it, click the link in the description to find out where to get them. We are joined today by Lee Judges and Marty. Normally, I was saying to my daughter, we were driving to the studio, I was saying normally a game like this, we're kind of like, yeah, we're looking forward to it, Arsenal, but kind of, it's that what you call a regulation game in the season, isn't it? But this ain't. No. This game today is big. Arsenal versus Sunderland. If Arsenal win today, they go 9 points clear ahead of Manchester City's game. Difficult game for them, away at Liverpool tomorrow. This game has a lot of significance today, doesn't it, Lee?
Yeah, it does. This is a massive game, because if you have a look at the table, as it stands, Man United winning, Liverpool at this moment in time are not guaranteed of getting in the top five. They've got to win. Yeah. So, otherwise they could be in a little bit of trouble. So it's a massive game tomorrow for different reasons. But for us today, it's just about us getting the job done. Get the job done today, and then whatever happens tomorrow happens. But listen, I'm looking forward to the game, because realistically, what happened on Tuesday was, unbelievable. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous. This I think is so
nervous
big.
Every game you're nervous.
Well, this is the games that if you're going to win the league, you've got to win this game. It's as simple as that, Yeah. So there's a lot riding on this, Rob.
Yeah, you're right. I was just looking at that. It is a big game for Liverpool as well, because if they didn't win that game tomorrow, like you said, United would then be 5 points above them.
Yeah.
United are only, as it stands, only 2 points behind Villa. They're only 3 points behind City. United, I tell you, it's mad. But anyway, going back to this game, it's huge, isn't it, today?
Absolutely massive. 3 o'clock kickoff. I can't emphasise it. To go 9 points clear at the top of the table, and then another over to you, Super Sunday, Man City or Liverpool, Man City. This is where you're going to find out whether they've got it in them this season, because that amount of pressure with the 9 points, and that's a tough game going to Anfield for them. But we've got to do the business. Look, we remember that game at the Stadium of Light. It was a tight game. It was all action, and they pulled it back in that last minute goal. And we owe them a going over essentially. They're, I think, 9th, is it, in the 8th in the table. They've won 9, drawn 9, lost 6, 36 points, 17 behind us, and no Granit Xhaka, which I would love to see Granit Xhaka back at the Emirates, but I'm glad he's not back, because he is a pivotal player for him, such an important player. He's driven that team on this season. He's been a leader, and without him on the pitch, he's going to be absolutely, it's going to be massive. And it's a great opportunity to just go and put them away. Get a good position. We've had a couple of draws with, at home. Obviously, the Man U result hasn't been fantastic. When I'd say after that 4-0 beating of Leeds, and we saw the game last night, 3-1. Leeds absolutely, took Nottingham Forest apart. It shows you that game how important that one was. But then we're at home now, and this will be a perfect opportunity for Arsenal to go and stick a few goals past Sunderland, get the job done properly, and really put the fans.
The other thing on that is that after this, you've got 3 away games.
Yeah.
So it's important that you win your own games.
Yeah. Listen, looking at Sunderland, they played on Monday. We played on Tuesday, of course. Went through in the Carabao Cup. They played on Monday. Pretty emphatic win. They beat Burnley by 3-0. We know that they've been brilliant at home, Sunderland. They've got the best, they're the only unbeaten team in the Premier League at home. However, on the road, they're not quite as good. I mean, they lost their last away game 3-1 against West Ham, and that's, West Ham, pretty down the bottom, and concede 3 against West Ham. Their previous away game to that as well, they drew 1-1 with Everton, and the one before that they lost 3-0 against Brentford. So on the road you can see
there's a difference.
As good on the road as they are at home, very solid at home. But, they'll come, they'll be resolute, they've got threats. That Brian Brobby's impressed me this season. There really is a handful up front. With them, they've got some players with a lot of ability, and they're going to give it 100%.
It's all on us today, and at the end of the day, if Sunderland were to get a point out of this, that they'd be very, very happy with that. Obviously, they come to try and win the game, but you know what I'm saying. The pressure is all on us. A draw or a win for them is obviously fantastic. It's a win that we've got to get. A draw for us will feel like a loss. So they're going to sit in deep. We've got to be patient. But I think we've got to take, obviously we're going to take a lot more risks than what we did on Tuesday, because that's the nature of the beast, of the way the game's going to go. So it'll be really interesting to see what team he puts out today. Is he going to go with more creative players at the back? I felt Nketiah was outstanding on Tuesday, but the emphasis was on him to defend. But today it's going to be to get into little pockets, do things a little bit differently. The midfield today be really interesting. Does he go?
Yeah, well, I was going to say that's the real interesting one, because does he go with he's got a choice there, isn't he? He's got, and we know Odegaard's out, right? Yeah. So he's got a choice there. It's either Eze or Havertz, who scored,
or both.
Of course, or both.
I would go with both, and play Rice or Zubimendi.
So either Rice or Zubimendi, and then Havertz and.
I would today, because they're going to sit him loads of. I don't think that he will do. I think that it wouldn't be surprised if we ended up like that if we ain't winning. But I would be adventurous today and go for that. But
What about you? Would you adventurous and go with something like that?
I personally wouldn't change Rice and Zubimendi. I think this is a game where you've got to pretty much throw the kitchen sink at it to get the 3 points. I think where City are playing tomorrow, it is very, very important to get the job dne. I would just be inclined to start with, and I'd be inclined to start with Havertz. I'd put Havertz and Gyökeres. What worked the other week, obviously Madueke on the right, and on the left start, probably Trossard. You can bring Martinelli on. Listen, there's options to change it up, but I do like seeing Havertz and Gyökeres together. I think this is a perfect game for him. They're going to be up against Dan Ballard as well. We know he's a physical character. You need both. For me, Sunderland are a very physical team, right? Havertz is very physical, and so is Gyökeres. I think that's going to play into our favour, and it's something we need to look at.
Okay, by the way, in the background, we're watching Man United's game. That's surely offside.
Yeah.
They nearly just scored a second goal. They're winning 1-0 over Tottenham. Christian Romero sent off in that game for the second time this season, and he will miss the North London derby against Arsenal. So let's just see if this goal was offside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is, isn't it?
I think he's slightly offside.
Just.
Alvin with a super chat says we should have gotten Lookman. Said before, looks good in Atletico. He scored yesterday for Atletico. He hasn't scored many goals this season though, Lookman. But yeah, I mean, it is going to be a matter of how adventurous he goes. We had Dr. Andre. We did a video with him yesterday. He was on. The doctor, of course, used to work at Everton, and you guys can watch that video. I think it might be out on Sunday. And he spoke about how you've got to, though, still be careful with somebody like Kai Havertz, not to overplay him when he's just come back off of such a long-term injury. He said that, that is something that they're going to seriously take into consideration. But maybe Havertz, Mikel Arteta has been talking about how fit he is and how well he's doing, so maybe he will play. And he's just coming off the back of a great moment.
I think he plays one of two games, and he either plays today or at Brentford. What he feels will be the more important game for him, So it may be that he'll be on the bench today, and it'll be Eze. You know, it'd be interesting to see who is the striker, whether it be Havertz, Gyökeres or Jesus, because Jesus didn't take a part in the game against Chelsea. It'd be very interesting also what he does on the wide area, particularly on the left-hand side. I think now Martinelli's performances deserves to start. I don't think he deserves to be on the bench as a squad player at the moment. I think he's been brilliant.
Is Trossard more a guy that can unlock like a defence that's like going to be quite deep, because they were quite deep even when they play us. We're hearing actually that Havertz is going to start, but we haven't got the official team. But that's a rumour that's coming through. But do you think that with Martinelli, when it opens up with space in behind, but when it's tight, maybe a Trossard?
There is that. That's a great point. He may look at that and go, do you know what, we're playing away at Brentford, that'd be the game for him. I think now the next 3 or 4 games, particularly up until the Tottenham-Chelsea game, we've got Wolves, we've got Brentford away, and we've got Wigan. I think it's very, very important how he uses the squad, how he rotates. I think they've got to have some sort. We've got to go into those games against Tottenham and Chelsea fresh. You know what I mean? Tottenham have got 14 days off, usually against Newcastle, and I think they've got 12 days at 14. They've got quite a way off before I think it's 12 days. So they're going to be fresh. We've got to play 3 games in between that. And then, of course, you've got like that Wolves game now has been put in between, So, listen, Wigan, we know there's going to be a lot of rotation there, but I also think that you're at home against Sunderland. I know it's a massive game, but there's an opportunity to maybe do a little bit.
What would you rotate today then?
Today, I'd rotate the 2 fullbacks out. And
so you put Ben White in for Timber?
Ben White in for Timber. Timber was obviously like having a little bit of issues in training. I just want, like Timber fresh for Tottenham and Chelsea, so I don't want him going into those games a little bit jaded or whatever. I think this is a good time to bring Calafiori back, despite Nketiah's outstanding performance.
Calafiori back in maybe?
Yeah, and then I'll bring Nketiah back for Brentford, and probably Timber back for Brentford as well, and then rotate him again. And something like that. And as I say, I would try and rotate, if I can, Rice and Zubimendi in a couple of games where you can get in the likes of Havertz and Eze. So, listen, I also think that it's. I would go with Martinelli today. I would. I maybe even go Martinelli on the right. You know what I mean? But Madueke seems to start off really well, doesn't he, and then fade. So I don't know.
Yeah, we know there's no Saka today as well, because he's obviously still out. Probably could make a return for Brentford, but we know that no Saka. Madueke in for you?
Yeah, definitely. But you have got to be careful with overplaying Madueke. He got injured at the beginning of the season, and obviously without Saka there, I think for me the only other option really.
Ages ago he got injured. Overplayed.
No, listen. But he's starting game after game. You do have to take this into consideration. Who's his replacement? Jesus.
He's coming off. Look, in that game, hamstring he's feeling.
Who's that?
A doggy.
A doggy. So you have got to take that into consideration. I think for this game, for me, you go more full strength. The Brentford game, Brentford have been good at home, but That's when I'd be more inclined. I understand the Havertz situation with the injury.
I'd be looking to go as strong as possible in both those games, because after that you've got Wigan, right, and then all those players can take a rest. You can literally change up your whole team then, and then they have a long rest before they get to that North London derby. So that's what I'd be looking at. I think this game today is so important, and even the manager himself, Mikel Arteta, you could tell in his press conference yesterday, he spoke about players, fans getting there early so he only talks about that when he knows a game's huge. He recognises that this is a huge game, and he knows that if they can win this today, the pressure that it will apply to Manchester City will apply to, Aston Villa playing at the same time, but it's a huge, huge game, and he's got to go for it, I think, I don't think this is the game for rotation. I think this is the game for really going for it, because psychologically, we're not going to get many other occasions where the next day City are playing such a difficult game. This is one of their most difficult, probably the hardest game they've got left, apart from playing us for the rest of the season, to go away to Anfield. So, got to apply the pressure, Arsenal. This is huge for Arsenal today.
Massive game, absolutely massive. Like, you know, I get everything that you're saying about rotation and all that, like, and going with your strongest team. You cannot continue to keep playing your strongest team week in, week out.
I hear that.
You know, played it on Tuesday.
Yeah, I hear that. And you're going to have to, and I get you, you're going to have to trust players as well. You're going to have to trust.
And I'd rather trust, I think there's more of a trust at home than there is away. I think away is a little bit different. So you've got a home game against Sunderland. I would do it today if I.
So Ben White, you think you go Ben White and Calafiori and Havertz?
Yeah, coming back, okay. I would. Yeah,
I wouldn't. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but
I get that. I would just play Timber in this game. I would, but I get the Ben White thing. I do.
Yeah,
but I think
the other thing is I don't want Ben. You know, like he's obviously like he's had an extra day's rest because of the training, which is he can do because it was Tuesday at Thursday. But you don't want to be continue doing it and then like eventually breaks down in massive games later on. Like I'd rather just say, right, okay, look, we can do without Timber today. Ben White's a quality player. Like you know, if you're playing Timber Day, it's not like you know. I think you can. You've got to look at it and go, do you know what? We can afford to do without him today. That would be what I was doing. Like, can we afford to do him away at Brentford? Not so sure. Can we afford to do with him against Wigan? Definitely. Can we afford to do without him against Wolves? Definitely. Then you've got Tottenham and Chelsea when you need him, like, you know.
All right, Alvin2990 says we're winning this easily. Trust. I hope you're right, mate. Corruption says I think we've left ourselves short in midfield. Well, we're yet to find out what the midfield is. Richard Worley says with a super chat as well, says, hi guys and Robbie, I need to go with our strongest team today and we win 3-0.
Team's out.
Team is out. Let me see. I was thinking, how are you getting it before me?
Come on, man.
What's wrong? What's wrong? I got the same Arsenal app.
Really?
Right. What's going on? As everybody, you know what I mean? All right, let me give you the team.
Thank you.
And
that's on.
There are some changes that. Okay. There are some changes.
Okay.
Raya in goal.
Yep.
There's one.
Timber.
Yep.
Right back. Saliba, Gabriel, and
Calafiori.
You sure?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, he'll play Calafiori.
Yeah, I think he will.
Come on. Am we right?
Calafiori.
Told you.
A midfield of Zubamendi.
Rice.
Okay, it's not gone that way. Then.
Rice.
Yep.
Havertz.
And Kai Havertz.
Yep.
And up front, Madueke.
Yep.
Trossard.
Probably Jesus.
No, I think it'll be.
It probably will be.
Gyökeres.
You're going Gyökeres?
Yeah, I'm going to go Gyökeres.
You're getting Jesus?
I'll go Jesus.
He's seen it then.
I ain't actually, no. Come on.
You're going Gyökeres?
I am, yeah.
You're going Jesus?
Yes.
Got to give them the suspense.
Well, yeah.
It's Jesus!
It's Jesus.
Jesus from the start.
I said that, didn't I? I said that there's a possibility he could do that.
Jesus from the start. On the bench is Kepa, Mosquera, White, Nkapie, Eze, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Norgard, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. That is a strong bench, but that is the bench. But Jesus from the start.
Yeah, I did say that he could do that because he didn't take part on Tuesday. You know what I mean? So.
You surprised at that though? Gyökeres just got Player of the Month for Arsenal.
A little bit,
There's been a little bit of form.
Got big games coming up away from home.
Yeah.
Big games coming up away from home. Brentford, Wolves, Spurs. You need Gyökeres. You need the big strong. So I think he's looking at it, saying, right, okay. He's looking at horses for courses. So, listen, as Marty said, they're physical at the back. Maybe he's thought, we'll look at it and go, look, we'll try and be a bit more intricate in and around the box instead of the physicality, like, you know.
Yep, he looks like he's definitely gone for that. What do you think? You like that team?
Yeah, listen. Do you know what? This is the thing with this Arsenal team. Even when you read out the bench, I haven't got a problem with any of those players on the bench being in that side. I really don't. It is a phenomenally strong team and bench with first team players on that bench. You've got the beauty of if it is not working after 40, 50, 60 minutes, you can change it up completely. There's different systems you can play, there's different ways you can play, and you can read the game as it's going and make the according changes. So, yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to this game. It's huge. At home at the Emirates, 3 o'clock kickoff. It's going to be, and I just hope the atmosphere in there today is going to be one, like after Tuesday night.
This is the game, by the way.
Phenomenal.
They should be putting the lights on and things like that, doing the things.
Well,
you know
during
what
the
I mean?
day, can't.
No, well, I don't know, doing something. Well, it's dark enough out there at the moment. It's dark enough out there. Well, I don't have the floodlights on.
3 o'clock, mate.
I'm not having that light.
It ain't dark out there. Wait a minute, right? Because you got done. You just got done. It ain't dark out there.
It gets dark at 5 o'clock.
Well, a light show. I'll do something like to get the fans up for the game.
Some fireworks.
Against Chelsea in the semi-final of the Cup, I'm up
it
for
was
it.
8 o'clock at night, Lee.
Well, I'm up for it whether it's 8 o'clock or not. I'm not. The fans are not up for it so much today, like, and I'll guarantee. Oh look, 12:30 and the floodlights are on. Look, so do a floodlight show, light show with the floodlights. Do something. I reckon this is more important than you get the fans up for this game. I don't know what was all that.
Tifo. What about Tifo?
I don't know how to do something. But what was that point of having a light show on when you know everybody's going to be up for it? It's a semi-final.
Yeah, but the only thing is,
I had no interest in it whatsoever.
When the final whistle blows, it will still be light. That's the only problem.
Oh, we'll see that then, Smarty. We put in the worst performance I've ever seen.
A lot smarter than you, bro.
What a letdown he was. What a letdown he was. It was like having a lead balloon. Absolutely like.
Right, let me give you the...
They actually called him a chocolate teapot. That's how useful he was on that quiz.
Let me give you the Sunderland team.
Thank you, brother.
Roos, Robbie, Alderete, Ballard, Hume, who's the captain, Lafay, Mandava, Diarra, Mukalele, Siddiqui, and Taibbi, of course. No Granit Xhaka.
I'm gutted he ain't playing.
As we know, he won't be playing today. He's still injured. Light show.
Nothing wrong with it. Wait to say, wait at 3 o'clock how dark it is around there. Like. I bet those floodlights
It's like
are on.
broad daylight.
Such you lot, I'm off like
Fucking light show.
All right.
Turn the lights down.
Oh, imagine that. Please take your seats early for the light show. Everyone would be like, what? 3 o'clock, mate. It's fucking daylight.
Fireworks.
Everyone's there in the daylight and all the lights are you can't even see them.
All right, Daniel Saloye with a super chat. He says, Jesus and Kai don't work in the same team, i.e. Aston Villa. Don't be surprised if we draw. He's not happy with it. Richard Worley says, hi guys, it's Richard again. Is Ella on the live stream today? She is. Ella will be here today.
Why do you want to know that? Like, yeah? Why do you want to know that? Put another super chat in. Why do you want to know that?
You know, it's his favourite.
So she even mentioned Cecil. Well, you're no one's favourite, Cecil.
Oh boy! But now you know the team. Are you you feeling good about a victory?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I do think we're going to win this 3-0. I do think we're going to do.
That's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm going 3-0. I just think we're going to do a good job on them. It's just one of those games, and they can be got at. And I think Granit Xhaka not playing is going to be massive for him. He's such a key player on the pitch, organising. We all know what Granit Xhaka does. We know what a top operator is and how important he's been for them. And he's going to be missed today. So I think it's there for the taking.
Yep. And
I was happy with whatever change he made.
what was your prediction for them?
I feel like I think it'd be 2-0, but I went 3-0 in forever because that dirty Jack got.
I think it'd be 2-0. I went 4-0 in forever, but I think it's probably going to be 2-0.
Yeah.
But I had to just because all the other results have gone.
He gets the first bite, and he's always going
points.
2-0 lately, that Jack. I think we should get rid of him, but that's another story.
Mr. Smith says Havertz is brilliant in the midfield. He's the key to unlocking a low block.
Yeah, because his prime objective is to get the ball forward. I think that's what we need. Like, little bit harsh on Eze, if I'll be honest. You know, I thought as the game went on, better and better. And harsh on Martinelli. Those two, I thought, you know, can cancel. But listen, you got to keep going, isn't it? It's a squad game, and like they get opportunities, and they've got to take them when they come. I think like maybe the pair of them might play against Brentford now, like, you know.
Yeah, Smart in Sixes says, it doesn't matter the scoreline today, it's just a must-win for us.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter hard fought or set piece or corner, I just want to see 9 points gap after the game.
Yeah. And
that
brilliant,
is so
chat, brilliant.
Yeah, that is so
exactly
true.
Right, exactly right.
But we do know, what big results give you, like last week though, does give you a lot of confidence in it. Like that, I just felt that Leeds result last week, 4-0 away from home, you know, everyone was going up there, a lot of people seeing really, really difficult game. I just felt that 4-0 win. I felt confident going into Chelsea. I felt confident going into Chelsea because I'm like, it gives you confidence, doesn't it? Like you've answered those questions emphatically.
Yeah. We was nervous going up there last week, weren't we? I didn't eat before I went up there. Well, that's a lie. Jenny's rolls, didn't I? I had about 2 of them. But anyway, that's another story. But I was nervous, you know what I mean? And then like once we went to 2-0, it was good. And the actual way that we played in the second half and the way we went there, Leeds are on a roll, by the way. You know what I mean? They proved it again last night. It's a difficult place to go. The atmosphere, everything. I felt that was great. That did give us confidence to go into the Chelsea game. But now, listen, that Chelsea game is a completely different game to what we're going to get today. You know what I mean? Like, because we was all like sitting back and we was quite happy with that. Today we've got to be, the emphasis is on us to score today. Where on Tuesday it was on Chelsea. Yeah. Now it's on us. We've got to break them down. And if we can get a comfortable win, I'm not saying comfortable win, but a good solid win like we did last week, that gives you confidence going into the remainder of the campaign at home as well, because we've not been great at home in the last few games. It's been a little bit, you know, struggling.
And it's still about how can you break down a low block. Of
course it is. You know, I mean, Man United, by the way, are playing against
2-0 United.
No, it's offside. They're playing against a 10-men Tottenham here, and they've scored a goal, a very, very good goal, by the way. But what was it? Set piece. So at the end of the day, no one. If Man United win this game here, no one's going to turn around. I guarantee you and say to them, "Well, set piece and all that." Like, you know what I mean? No one's going to say it. Yeah. Right. So there's a different thing. If we win today 1-0, it'd be set piece. Like they're playing against 10 men. They've been playing against 10 men now since the 32nd minute. Right. And all they've got to show for it is a set piece.
Mr. Collins is backing you up. He says the lights are on at Old Trafford right now.
Thank you very much. There they are.
But looking at that, would you be doing a light show? I mean, it's a
floodlight show you can do.
You can see. What I can also see is a bright sky.
It's half past 12.
Right. I mean, so you know,
half past 12.
A couple of and it's not all the floodlights on. There's about 3.
Right, let's have a look.
It's bright, broad daylight there. It's not the floodlights lighting up the stadium.
You can do something. You can do a floodlights. Something. What I'm saying is, I don't know. Was you interested? Be honest. In a light show before.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was actually pretty decent.
But are you not up for that game then?
Yeah, of course.
So what do you need a light show for?
You don't have to be up for a game to have a light show, do you? Why you got to be up for it to have a light show?
Because these are the games where I think fans, right? I'll have an extra pint in the pub. I'll do this.
Yeah, that's why he said. That's why the manager said try and get there early. Let's get in there early. Get in there, be ready for it.
We'll do something then, energise.
Why do they have to do something?
Well, obviously not a light show, but do something else. Get a band playing or something.
All right, give us some suggestions.
Yeah. Comedian.
Tifo. What about Tifo?
Give us some suggestions. What would you... No, let's hear it.
Get some music running on a few of the old Arsenal songs. Like, get the fans buzzing before the game. Maybe getting a couple of old players out there. Come on, you know what I mean? We're taking on Sunderland today. We've got to get the 3 points. What about Mikel running around in his kit or something? I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Get something done. But I'll tell you, a light show. I was up for that game against Chelsea, whether there was a light show or not. What I'm saying is that some of these games here, there's a little bit of a lull. And you know what I'm on about.
I know what you're on about, but not a light show.
But you just want to take the mick out of me. Like,
yeah, because you're talking about a light show in the middle of the day. You know what I mean? Richard Worley says, Ella is good looking. He's going, that's why. And she is a very, very good
he's come back, is he? Yeah. So saying that, he's basically saying that Cecil's ugly. Is that what he's saying? Yeah? Love
He's
it.
right. Chim's World, he says, with the super chat, he says, Havertz managed to unlock Victor, which we've been struggling to do. Jesus might not be the best option to start. Also, I believe Jesus is more effective coming on from the bench. I'm kind of with that, you know.
No, I totally get what you're saying there, like, but you know, listen. At the end of the day, it was a tough game Tuesday, like physically, you know what I mean, like mentally as well. So listen, I think that you know, Jesus never got a kick, did he? Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's you know, let's see what he does.
Adigan 10 says Eze can't start with Odegaard out of the lineup. So when does he play? Hope Rice and Zubi don't get hurt starting every game. Season will start to fall apart. Come on. The other thing is as well, you do have certain players, and this is another thing the doctor has said, you've got certain players, they're so fit and strong and uninjured that they are all right to start every game.
Yeah.
There are certain players like that. There's certain players
Rice is one of them.
There's certain players that you don't...
Declan is one of them.
Yeah,
like, if he has a rest, he ain't quite...
You know, like... that was awful by... who was that? Was that Martinez? A terrible touch he took there. You look at, like, say, Bruno Fernandes.
He plays every game.
He plays every single game.
They're only playing once a week, though, Rob.
I know, but even when they've not been playing
that's
once
a silly statement, isn't it?
No, it's not a silly statement. No.
It is.
Because when he got injured the other day, I think they said that was the first game he'd missed for about 3 years or something.
But he wouldn't be able to play Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
No, but last year when they was in the Europa League. Remember, they got all the way to the final as well. They went all the way to the final. Yeah, but
there was games you could rest in.
He was playing in all the games, mate. All those games, right? And
he wouldn't be able to do Champions League.
And he was playing them, whether it was light or dark, he was playing. Oh, my days, right? It's going to be an interesting... Oh, what are they... United are like they're trying to throw that game away. Right, let's get back into the lineups. Let me just remind everybody of the lineups today. This is the Arsenal lineup that's going to play today. It's David Raya returning to goal. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Ricardo Calafiori back in from the start. His first start. Zubimendi, Rice, Havertz, and Trossard, Madueke, and Jesus. And on the bench is Kepa, Mosquera, White, Hencape, Eze, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Christian Norgard, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. That is the team that is going to play. We've both gone with a 2-0. You've gone with a 3-0. Cecil, where you going?
2-0.
Cecil's going 2-0. Don't forget, Cecil will be on the watch-along.
With Ella.
With Ella, right. So Laurie and Kenya as well. So make sure you join us for the watch along coming up very shortly. But it's a massive game today, people. If you're going to the game, make sure you get there early. You don't want to miss the light show. So get there early. Big game today. Arsenal with a chance to go 9 points clear if they beat Sunderland today. Come on, you Gunners. Let's get this done and let's put a bit of pressure on Man City tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Robbie
here. Listen, lots of people have been asking me, Robbie, how have you managed to lose so much weight? And I feel so much better for it. And it has been a journey. But these two little things here, Optimum Day and Optimum Night, have really, really helped me on my weight loss journey. This Optimum Day, what it does, it helps you to curb your cravings. It really helps with your metabolism and just really just stabilizes things. And I swear by this. I absolutely swear by this. And then the Optimum Night, what this one does, I take these before I go to bed at night, helps you to have a much better, deeper sleep, makes you relax, makes you sleep, and makes your body recover. And these pills, I mean, listen, they're not magic pills, but they're all natural, and they have really, really helped me in my weight loss journey, and I really, really swear by them. So if you want to get your hands on these, scan the QR code in the description right now, or click the link down below, and you can get 70% off your first order with the Optimum Day and Optimum Night by Oxford Natural.